Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should join our Discord server, become patrons over on Patreon, and comment down below on your thoughts. So I don't know if you saw this, Hunter, but there was a little drama in the RWBY community yesterday, and if you guys know, I love talking about drama because I'm a fucking drama whore.
You a messy bitch.
I'm a messy bitch. So here's what we're gonna talk about. If you guys want to find all these interactions, they're all on Twitter, but, like, I'm too lazy to post fucking pictures or whatever's going on here. So, we're gonna talk about a popular RWBY cosplayer, to an extent. Micro Kitty.
I don't know this person.
She does, like, I'm gonna show you her picture right now. You may recognize this as some sexy RWBY women, you know? No? No? Anyway, if you guys don't know, Micro Kitty is like a cosplayer, and she did a cosplay of Blake and Callie and some other sexy cosplays.
Is the issue
you
that
really
it's
don't know who this is?
Oh wow, titties. Okay,
yeah.
so the.
Do you really not know who this is? Because I've seen her like everywhere. Okay.
Listen, right? I don't search up this much smut as you do.
Okay.
You fucking degenerate. So is the
here's
issue,
what happened.
Is the issue that it's incestuous?
No. So people.
No, we're cool with that. You bunch of
Alright,
fucking
so this
weirdos.
is gonna be like a two-part story, so obviously there are people that are like, that's a bit uncomfortable, right? But we're not talking about that. I don't give a shit, frankly. To be frank, I mean, it's kind of hot. But also, like, Hunter rolled his eyes. I don't really care. Like, I'm just like, I wouldn't do that, but I'm not gonna be like, you disgusting incestuous bitch. Like, no, nobody's saying that. But that's not where the heart of the issue lies here. So what happened on Twitter is that somebody said, you're, but they used the wrong you're fucking disgusting, you have a gross long face, and that your shit-ass makeup skills can't fix. Don't understand why you're even trying to be a famous cosplayer with that weird-ass body of yours! Exclamation. Also, sexualizing a relationship of a mom and daughter is a new low as looting the lolly. What? As a new low as looting the lolly.
So it's
Hope you end up as, like,
sexualized.
the Momo-kun, cause you're as garbage as she is. So I don't know who Momo-kun is.
But I'm guessing looting the lolly is when you made, like...
Neo?
No lewd of, like, lollies, which are just basically,
well, aren't
like,
lollies... Like Neo, who looks like a child, even though they're older.
Yeah, so basically childlike people.
Anyway, so Micro Kitty then posted, "Shout out to my weird ass body for allowing me to live allowing me to live happily and not be as angry as this jealous hoe." That was what was said. So then our boy, our Lord and Savior, Miles. Posted,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Posted, okay, so we did two things, and one of them I can't seem to find anymore, so if you guys, need a link, or, I'll put up that screenshot, because it seems to be gone, I just can't find it. Okay, so Miles said, "What an absolute piece of shit," and then Miles posted, anybody can cosplay as Blake. Blake can have dark skin, Blake can be plump, Blake can be 6 feet tall, Blake can be a boy. The only thing Blake would never be is hateful towards others, and if you ever shame someone else for your body type, don't. So that was something that Miles tweeted yesterday.
I saw that.
And then Micro Kitty had just an update. This girl who messaged me, my Blake shitting on her body type. Okay, so she was Callie, right? And then there was another girl that was Blake.
Okay.
So, the girl who messaged me, Callie, also messaged my Blake, so another cosplayer, shitting on her body type. After further investigation, we determined she herself is a Blake cosplayer and feels the need to shit on other people who aren't her. The whole, I am literally this character mentality. So that's a bit of a, paraphrase, but it's still basically the
well,
same
people,
so
adopting
then,
foreign personalities, Cal, you wouldn't know what that's like, would you?
Anyway, so Miles said, "I can't believe I'm blocking people over this tweet, but here we go!" And so, yeah. So I just wanted to talk about this entire situation as a whole. I think it's great that Miles talks about this. Like, I think it's great to have writers in the community who kind of see what's going on and defend their fans, right? Because, like, this person is a piece of shit. Like, I wouldn't, like, they're not a true RWBY fan if they go after people in this capacity and say like, people have weird body, like, shaming someone for their body type.
Like, saying true or whatever, just accept that some people are shitty.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that the point of RWBY and the point of Blake is that Blake doesn't care about what's on the outside. That's why she hides that she's a faunus. Like, she doesn't want people to see that and immediately have assumptions about her. And so what I mean by, yeah, she may be a fan of the show, but what I mean by true RWBY fan is, like, this isn't the message that RWBY sends or that Blake sends as a character. Like, Blake is all about, like, it's on the inside that counts, right? Like, don't judge a book by its cover, right? And that's kind of the reason why she gives, like, to hide her bow and whatever, like, or to hide her ears, right, to Ozpin, like, in Volume 2, like, that's sort of, something that she says, and so, like, I feel like that's what I mean by true RWBY fan. Like, obviously, you know, this person, whoever they are that sent this message, isn't kind of taking the themes of the show and being a better person because of them. And I'm not saying that you have to necessarily be that impacted by something you watch, but they're obviously taking, like, the worst possible interpretation of anything possible. You understand what I mean? And so, somebody else is getting flamed in here, and they said, except Blake is not fat or has dark skin. And I'm like, no,
but
she's also part cat, and we're not part cat, so, that's something, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, Blake doesn't have dark skin, but people also aren't half cat. So
also, if you're cosplaying her,
if you're cosplaying, it's not like you can change either. Like, oh, okay, like, I guess to an extent, being a little, like, chubby is something that you could theoretically change. I don't think anybody should, but it's something that you could. But, like, if somebody's black, you can't just be like, well, if you want to cosplay as Blake, that's too bad. You're gonna have to change your skin. Like, no, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? And people do have, like, certain conditions where it doesn't matter how healthy they eat or how much they exercise, they'll always sort of be the same size anyway, so even that doesn't necessarily apply. You know what I mean? And so, I don't understand this person's point. Like, yeah, Blake isn't dark skinned, but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, that person, I don't think that should matter to everyone. And then Becky Luna, who I'm guessing is,
his mom.
His mom came in! Great. His mom came in!
Becky Luna's the fucking best.
Did you never have a chance to trick-or-treat as a child because you were not actually like the character you were portraying, or did you only dress as mean-spirited characters? And then, yeah. And so somebody else replied, Blake is also part cat, people are not part cat, and
so
like other
brought
stuff.
Up your wonderful point.
And then nobody is saying Blake is fat or dark skinned. We're saying these things shouldn't stop anybody who wants to cosplay as her. Way to miss the point. And so that was some of the stuff. I can't believe Becky Luna. Like, imagine if your mom dragged somebody on Twitter, like, for you. Like, that's
also,
how
that is
I
like
imagine.
a distinctively momish sort of drag. I'm here for it.
And so people were obviously posting themselves in cosplay, like saying, like, kind of like a thanks smile sort of thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys already know what I think of the situation. I think anybody should be able to cosplay as whoever they want, as long as they don't do something sketchy, like, I've never seen this before, but some people, like, have done, like, blackface or something to cosplay, and I'm like, don't do that!
Be white! It's okay!
Yeah, exactly. I think that the point is that you can cosplay as whatever character you want, even if you don't, like, don't change your appearance in that way to portray a character. Does that make sense? Like, if I wanted to cosplay as Emerald, I wouldn't darken my skin. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you get the wig and you get the contacts or whatever you have to do, but, like, I hate the idea that people should be, like, just shamed for not, like, looking like the character. Yeah, you know what I mean? And, like, I get that there are people that look exactly like the character, and that's so cool when you can pull that off. But at the same time, it's not about necessarily looking exactly like them. It's about you cosplaying as them and, like, you having fun as them. And some people just have a stick up their ass. Like, whoever wrote this comment is obviously very insecure and very hateful.
Really,
and,
some of, like, the more interesting cosplays are things that, you know,
yeah, because remember that Neo cosplay where it was the guy's beard and that's what he did?
Oh,
he did the colors like that. Or, like, I've seen a lot of good male Yang cosplays, which have always been interesting. Like, it's nice to look exactly like the character, sure, but it's also about doing something unique with them. Like, if you guys didn't know, a while ago, I was actually planning a Neo cosplay but I wanted it to be,
Summer?
Yeah, like a summer theme, so I wanted it to be like, I wanted to make a Neo bikini or something like that. And like a sundress, like not a sundress, but you know when you go to the beach you wear like a cover-up or whatever, and so like something like that, and like have a sun hat, like and a parasol, obviously, because those are to keep out the sun. And so, like, that was sort of my idea, like, and I wouldn't look exactly like Neo, I would still have the wig, and people would probably understand who it was, but, like, it's a totally original costume, or I've seen, you know, people in the Kingdom Hearts series make their own designs for, like, Kairi. If you guys haven't played Kingdom Hearts, that means nothing to you, but one of the girl characters that hasn't gotten an outfit change in a while, and just people making their own sort of ball gowns that are Kingdom Hearts inspired, like, cosplay is crazy, and I think that that's the best thing about it, you know what I mean? And it rubs me the wrong way when people are like, you can't cosplay as that, like, I don't know, like, I don't like policing people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, unless they're doing something that's actually wrong, like, I don't really,
like,
I don't care.
Probably don't cosplay as, like, Hitler.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
Maybe avoid, like, historical menaces.
Yeah, don't use blackface.
Try not to use blackface. Just be a white...
Just be a white emerald if that's what you're gonna be. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah. And, like, at the same time, like, I don't know. I never understood why people have this idea that being skinny means you're healthy. Because, like,
that's
I
always
understand...
not necessarily the truth.
Yeah, it's not, because, if you guys know, I am, like, I walk up a flight of stairs and I die, and, you know, I'm not healthy, but I'm apparently the perfect height ratio or something. I had a doctor's appointment the other day. Yeah, not BMI, but it's like, when you're, you're 5'2", you're supposed to be a certain weight, and so I'm at my ideal weight, allegedly.
And, like, alternatively, being, like, heavier doesn't necessarily mean you are less healthy.
Exactly, because, like, if you are heavier, like, my sister is heavier on, like, a scale, but her legs are complete and utter muscle. Like, she can lift up Hunter with one hand, like, one arm, so to speak, you know? Like, we've tested that before. So it's all about, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, you're fat, don't cosplay, because, like... I don't know, that just seems like such a dick thing to do. Like, why? Like, and I'm glad that Miles spoke out about it, like I already said. Because I think it's nice to see, and I hope this Blake cosplayer person that is salty about other people's interpretations of the character, are ashamed of themselves now. Because when Miles calls you out, that's when you, like, when Becky Luna, you know what I mean? Like, that is when I would be, if Miles and Carrie, like, called me out in one of my videos, you know what I mean? I would be so embarrassed, like, I would delete my YouTube channel, like, I would go hide in a hole, like, I just wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, if that happened to me, like, if I said something and, like, Miles subtweeted me, like, I'd be so embarrassed, I'd be so ashamed, like, I never want to be on the other end of this spectrum where, like, you know, you understand what I mean? But in terms of, like, some more just, like, other cosplay-related stuff, I don't mind Not Safe for Work art of the RWBY girls. I know some people are like, oh, but they're still kids, some of them, but, like, now in the show they're 18, and at the same time, like, people do age them up, and I don't think that's necessarily, like, adults going after children, necessarily. You understand what I mean? Like, I think when people do, especially Not Safe for Work cosplay, obviously it's a 20-year-old woman cosplaying as Blake, or something like that, and even though Blake is canonly, you know, a certain age, the cosplayer is old enough, so when they do, you know, Not Safe for Work pics, you're actually looking at their sort of, I don't want to say aged body, because that makes it sound like I'm like that they're old or something. But you know what I mean,
you won't be going to prison for having this on you.
Yeah, and I get that fan art is different because people, like, obviously try to stay, like, I guess, more true, so to speak, to character ages, and that can be a little weird. But, like, for cosplay, you know, purposes, like, you look at, like, some of these cosplayers and you're like, yeah, that's a 20-year-old woman. That's a 25-year-old woman. That's a 30-year-old woman. You know what I mean? So it's not, I don't understand. And I get that, like, the Callie and Blake thing may be weird, like, just because they are related, but, like, I don't give a fuck. That's
There's
all
a Venn diagram of shit that I accept in fanfiction and in porn and shit that I don't accept in reality.
I just think there's,
and that's
like...
probably in that...
there's just such a culture of policing people over nothing. Like, if people do actual things that are problematic, I'm ready to go off on them. But, like, for this, I just don't care. And, like, I don't understand when this started. Like, it's probably always been there to an extent, and maybe it's just a louder minority, but I don't know when people got so butthurt over literally everything.
That's always good. That's the outrage, kind of. Also, it's the idea that you're somewhat anonymous, and if you're actually in front of that person,
you never
probably
say that.
wouldn't say that. Like, we're good friends, so I'll tell you you're a monster to your face, Cal.
Yeah. I agree.
Otherwise, I probably would shy away from it.
Anyway, that's kind of all I had to say on this matter. I watched it unroll, like, through Twitter, and I thought that it was kind of interesting, but I think we've been going for a little too long now, so if you guys have any thoughts on this, be sure to share them with us as always. Become patrons over onto Patreon, and we will see you guys later. Bye!